Hey, what's up? This is Mr. Ippolito. Today we're going to crush textbook reading, Chapter 4, Section 4 in your 8th grade U.S. History textbook. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I want to take a look first at the section heading, right? The presidency of John Adams. So one of the questions that I want to ask whenever we're learning the story of history, right, is what years are we talking about exactly? So one of the things that you can do, I'm not going to give you these answers, but I'm going to give you tools to help unlock these answers. So you can either look in the textbook, you can look in the back of the book where it has a listing of all the presidents and their pictures, or you could even just Google, like, when was John Adams president, right? So that's kind of a good starting point to try to figure out what years are we talking about. So now we're going to go ahead and jump right into the reading here. After you read the background knowledge, the first heading. Last time I told you you should always try to turn the headings into questions, right? So troubles with France. So questions that might come up with this. What was the trouble with France? How much was the United States involved? And how much trouble are we talking about? So again, you're asking questions like who, what, when, where, why, and how. These are just inquiry-based questions to guide your thinking as you're reading in the textbook. The next subheading here is the XYZ affair. So, an affair. Sounds like someone got in trouble. What happened? So try to unlock that. Try to figure out, what was this affair? Was there some sort of scandal involved? Try to figure that out. On the next page, we have the next heading or subheading, which is war fever. So, war fever. What is war fever? Who wanted to go to war? Go to war with whom? So, like, who's wanting to go to war, and then who do they want to go to war against, and then why go to war, right? So again, those inquiry-based questions, trying to figure out, like, what's up with this war fever. There's also this checkpoint question here. How did Adams settle differences with France? Whenever you see a question in the textbook, it's a good idea to make sure that you can answer that question with what you just read. If you can't answer that question, then reread the section again. Next heading, this is a big heading, and this is the Alien and Sedition Act. So I asked the questions like, well, what are these acts? What's this all about? Like, what's the story behind these Alien and Sedition Acts? It's plural, right? So it must be more than one act. So what are these acts? Also, the five-headed monster, you'll notice that there's a cartoon here. Whenever I see pictures, charts, maps, graphs, any kind of image in a textbook, I think there's something important there, and so you should as well. So the five-headed monster sounds crazy. What's up with that? Check out the cartoon. And then moving forward, what does this all have to do with states' rights versus federalism? So here's a graphic organizer, right? Almost like a T-chart where it shows you arguments for states' rights on one side, arguments for federalists on the other side. So it's organizing what you're reading and showing it to you in a graphic organizer format. Also, you'll notice we have a couple of words in bold here. The blue, bold blue means it's a vocab term, and then blue means it's defining what that word means. So we have alien right here and the definition, and then the word sedition right here, and then also a definition in blue. Okay, next we have the heading states' rights. So what's up with states' rights? I thought the Constitution settled this, right? Didn't we figure this out? Supremacy clause, United States law is always higher than the law of states. But then there's also the 10th Amendment. So there's this continued conflict between who has the ultimate power. Is it the United States government, or is it the states, or is there some sort of like gray area there? We still see it today, right? We see it today in areas like mask mandates or vaccine, required vaccination laws, things like that. So we're still seeing struggles over states' rights versus federal authority. So you can look into that and then look into this section here, the states' rights section. And then you're going to define these two terms right here, nullify and states' rights. And then finally, one more checkpoint question. And then the last thing I'm going to recommend to you, finally, it's always a good idea to look over the questions in Check Your Progress, right? Can you answer these questions? If you can answer these questions, no problem, you should be good to go and ready to take that quiz on Chapter 4, Section 4. If you're not quite ready, then if you're looking at these and you're having a struggle with these questions, then maybe it's a good idea to look over your notes, look over the chapter reading one more time. Okay, well, that is Chapter 4, Section 4 and how to crush your textbook reading. Good luck, and I'll look forward to seeing you in our next class. Take care. Bye-bye.